What's going on, ladies and gents? Your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Love Don't Judge.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what they say,
Yeah,
right?
that's what they say.
We gonna get to the bottom of it. And we gonna find out the truth today. Go ahead and subscribe, like the video. Don't forget to drop your comments and let us know what you think about the show. Now, we actually did this show a while back.
We did.
We recorded, I think, several episodes. We only uploaded one, right? So this is like the second time we're doing this. And it's called Love Don't Judge, but in today's case, get on in, boys and girls. We're going to talk. Come on. Today's case, we have the case of age.
Age, yeah.
Is just a number, right?
Is it?
But is it, right? Because today we got a 27-year-old who's married to a 61-year-old.
Yeah.
And I think they've been together for a minute. All right, we ain't going to spoil the details. We're going to pause, in between and chop it up with y'all. But here we go. And don't forget to like the video. It helps out a lot. And we appreciate it. Let's get it.
This is Ronier, and she fell in love with Ronaldo.
Okay.
People say that I'm a gold digger because of our 34-year age gap.
Ronier was just 19 years old when she began talking to 53-year-old Ronaldo, and they decided to make it official 4.5 years ago. The couple are now married and planning on starting a family together. However, their relationship has been harshly judged.
They all say, oh, he's gonna die soon. People saying that I am a bed wench. People upset that he's white and older man, he's 61. Somebody said, I hope he's filthy rich because otherwise, ...
Okay.
It goes nice with your hair today, how your hair is. It gives you that whole, what do you call that?
Bohemian.
Real quick, since they just got started, right? What do y'all think initially?
So far, at this point.
We still, you know what? We still gonna do the first impression.
Give them a first impression.
It ain't gonna be 15 seconds or less, though. We just gonna give our initial take, and that's what we asking you guys as well. What is your initial take right now? 27, 61.
And
they've been together since
she was
what?
19.
Wowzers. What's your take?
Okay, for me, she already looks young. She's 27.
Okay.
She looks younger. I can't even imagine what she looked like at 19. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
Yeah, you're right.
So I mean, is it just me?
No.
Is it? But at the same time.
Yeah, she still look like a teen right here.
She does.
She look like she'd
in
be
high
20,
school.
Yeah.
High school or
college.
college.
So at 19, she was like, he a bad boy. He a bad boy.
So I don't know. It's just, it's different.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, we really going to have to see.
And I say it's different because in our society, here in the U.S., in this country, it's not really a norm. I know other countries, other groups of,
that's
cultures.
That's true. Some cultures, 20, 30-year age difference, it ain't a big deal. You're right.
So at the end of the day, this land of the free, where you're able to do just about almost anything. Yeah. Right?
Right.
No, it's different.
People do kind of frown upon that in this country still, right? Yeah. And I would argue for good reasons at times, because you kind of what's that word, man? It's like you can be grooming somebody who's like underage, who's a minor. You know what I mean? You grooming them to that legal age of consent, and it look crazy if you like senior citizen age. And this person just graduated high school. Y'all riding your Lambo or whatever. Yeah. So it's for good reasons though. But so we just kind of suspicious right now.
Right.
That's what we say. You know what I mean? Our eyes are open. Yeah, that's it. We looking at them like, yo, what's going on?
Let's see what their story is.
Like, y'all really doing that?
How did they even? Let's see.
Yeah, we about to learn. But initial take.
Let us know.
Yeah, like in the comments, break it down. 27 to 61. What are y'all thinking right now?
It's gonna be a long comment, isn't it?
All right, let's get it.
Bohemian vibe.
I'm Ronier, and I'm 27.
And I'm Ray, and I'm 61.
Yep, that part.
How did you meet?
Yeah.
But online.
Met online.
No. Ronnie's profile said that she liked older guys. And I'm like, well, shoot your shot, dude. She's real pretty.
Yeah, I do.
I messaged her. We talked a little bit back and forth, and then she agreed to go to dinner.
We found out that we really connected with family. I'm big with family. He already has a family with kids.
Absolutely.
He was interested in my art, me being an artist, and then also modeling.
4.5 years now.
Yeah, I'm married for going on 2 years now.
Yeah, a year and a half now.
Yeah.
We're the antithesis of each other. I'm very much middle-aged male dresser. I like polo shirts.
I'm a creative artist.
Very much. I run a machine shop, fabricating shop, have for a long, long time. Since I own a small business, we have salesmen come through. And I have several of Ronnie's photos on the wall. And guys will be coming in, they'll be looking, and they'll be like, that's a really pretty girl. Do you know her? And I'm like, yeah.
My what?
I don't elaborate. And they're like, oh, how do you know her? Oh, we're married. You know, and they'll be like, dude.
You know? Sure they do. Sure they do.
Today we are going to be headed over to my friend in
It's like he basically was shining his trophy wife right there. He was shining his trophy.
the amazing designer Brandon Vaughn. We're going to do some shoots of his new fall collection.
Hey, come on in, guys.
How are you?
I'm good. It was weird because we knew something was going on. And we were like, have you seen it? He was like, no. But then we found out about Ray and we was like, oh, okay. And then I met him and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
First of all, they're young and middle age, right? But then they're black and white. So most people are not going to understand that. It totally was a surprise. But she was happy, you know, and that is really all that really mattered. And then I got to know the guy, and the guy was pretty cool. So I was like, let's do this thing.
Give me a hug, baby. Good to see you.
Grab the cutting board. I'll get some cheese. I have 4 children, twin girls who are 22, a son's 16, and I have a younger daughter, she's 13. And they were not as accepting outwardly as they would be face to face, especially with my younger children.
I identify the children as being my stepchildren, but at the same time, I don't want to be a step-parent because I've had a step-parent and I know how that feels.
And I explained it to him. I said, look, Ronnie's not your mom. You have a mom. You have a very good mom. Your mom loves you, you know, wants you to be happy. You know, Ronnie's my wife. They were very standoffish. Not so much anymore. I mean, they've really
Turned around.
Yeah. So that makes me feel really good that they accept it. Oh, there it comes.
You don't like my caption? You're blushing.
You look cute as hell.
Somebody said, I hope he's filthy rich because otherwise ... Tell me you don't have a father without telling me you don't have a father. And a lot of people on social media make comments about that. They all say, oh, you know he's gonna die soon.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to take care of me and change my diapers and all that kind of stuff.
And I'm like,
No,
when you decide to get married to somebody, you're taking on that anyway. Through what are the vows, through sickness.
That is true.
People
That
making
is true.
comments about reparations as far as our relationship goes, or people upset that he's white and an older man, he's 61.
They mostly attack like our date night pictures. They attack that, and it's clear from the pictures that we have a good, solid, fundamental relationship. A lot of people is like, oh, well, I have to hate on that. I can't accept that.
I think I turned off the comments because they were so bad. I'm trying to...
Hey, yo, but he's touching on a really good point, though.
Which is?
Like, whenever, let's say people just hate on you initially, right?
Right.
Superficially, I mean. Surface level. They don't know nothing about you. Sometimes, when and if they get to know you, and you really turned out to match up what they thought, they hate you even more. In other words, if they just hated you because they thought you looked a certain way, but they don't know you. But then they find out, like, yo, you really are a person of substance, right? You really have like multiple facets to your personality, your style, or whatever it is. You know, it seems like sometimes that triggers that hate more. So what he was saying is like when they find out that they may actually have substance in their dynamic, people like, yo, I want y'all going even more.
Y'all gone now.
First, I just hate the way y'all look. Y'all swirling, you know, in the racial or whatever. But when they find out that they talk like this, speak like this, they may actually, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So far, we got to do an update. Yeah, if you dropped your comments on the initial thought, first impression, right?
At this point.
Yeah, we at least like several minutes in now, and we more than halfway done. So what are y'all thinking right now?
Right.
Or y'all buying it? You know what I mean? Does it seem more authentic?
Yeah.
Or you feel like, I don't know, something fishy?
I mean, I would love to know her backstory.
Yeah.
You know, because there's a when you peel back the layers of like why you find someone attractive, you know, it stems from certain things, right? Certain things that we've, you know, developed our minds around, our hearts around, you know.
Because you know those questions.
Voids or things that we got a lot of, you know. There's, you know, nuances to love. But, yeah, I would love to know her backstory.
Right. And I even interrupt earlier, but I was going to say those questions that popped up, she never really answered them, though.
She did not.
So we don't know exactly, like, do you got a father figure? Like, how was it if you did and all of that? So, yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it.
Right.
It's those things, you know. And
All right. So, yo, drop your comments to give us the update. What y'all thinking right now at this point? Let's get it.
Realize that everybody's going to have an opinion about something. You can't help it.
Mother-in-law's coming.
Mother-in-law.
So I have to hide.
My mom, she's 45. So Ray is about 15 years older than her.
I am very respectful of her mother because she's her mother. When I made up my mind that I was going to propose to Ronnie, I got with her mother and said, hey, I need to talk with you. I need your blessing, or I'm not going to ask. Without your blessing, you know, I'm not going to ask. I'll be very respectful that way.
I'm interested in...
Hey, yo, listen, he might be an older gentleman, but he's displaying himself as a gentleman. He's going about it the right way, right? He's trying to get in good with the family. You know, he's requesting for their blessing, so... I don't know if he should get credit. Some people may argue at this age, he had all the time to learn all the tricks of the trade.
There you go.
You know, you don't get too much credit. It's like the older you get, the less credit you get for doing cool stuff. You know what I mean? So maybe he don't get too much credit.
45.
Yeah. It's a big one, man. All right, let's get it.
Seeing and hearing her thoughts about how the narrative went versus ours. I don't think she's aware of how many kids we want.
I am Ray's mother-in-law. Well, initially when Rania first told me, she said, Mom, I'm serious about somebody and I want you to meet him. And then she was like, and he's older. And I was like, how much older? And she was like, well, he's older. Initially, as a mother, you're just concerned with whoever your daughter dates. She was 19 and she was out in the world young. Her being younger and him being older, I wanted to make sure that this was something that she really wanted to do. Hey. I know. Hey, baby. Come on, give me some, too.
All right.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
So when you first met me, what were your concerns about me?
Because of some of the things that I grew up around, I wanted to make sure that it wasn't just like a fetish or just you getting a young girl and, you know, you just wasn't serious about her. And I was like, okay, older than me, let me see.
16
So when I met him, I was like, ooh, he cute. He don't look that old. And I had to get a real good checkout. He had...
Yo, mama got jungle fever. I think she want. You know they more age appropriate too. I know. So she made. All right, mama, you gotta. You know what? Watch her. Somebody keep an eye on her. That's all I'm saying. Keep an eye on mama.
Had on like some work clothes, and he kept apologizing for his work clothes, and I was just like, don't apologize, because they'll let me know you a working man.
Everything was a test. Everything was a test for us. You know, it's like mom's got to figure out what's going on. Her mom really opened up and said, wow, I didn't really think it was like this. I really didn't know you. I made assumptions. I apologize for that.
I saw the love firsthand. He's down to earth. He cares about her. It's just like, you know, when you meet Ray, you got to either love him or hate him.
Look at that one.
But I love him because she loves him, and he's a cool dude.
All right.
Mom, we're going to start trying to have kids.
I'm so glad to hear that because I've been waiting on y'all. I have. I've been waiting on y'all. I want grandkids too.
Yeah.
As far as having children, I mean, we've had presidents that had children when they were 70, 71.
Okay.
I don't smoke.
Keep going all
I
the way
don't
back
drink.
then.
I exercise. I work hard. And I have the longevity card on my side. So I feel good about, you know, I figure if I make it to where I'm 80 and have a child when I'm 62 or 63, they're 18, I've done my job.
I'm so happy to hear that because that was something I was worried about. And I would like for our family to extend beyond where we're at. After we're gone, all of us will have family that it's a mixture, it's a mixing pot. You know what I'm saying? And it can.
I don't think a lot of people may like what she said. I'm gonna stay out of that though, but yeah. You know what? I want to say this too.
What's that?
One thing I noticed about her, right? Here, you know, whenever he speaks, she's not only very subdued and like, you know, kind of a little like, you know, reserved in a sense, but she almost looks as if it's like a daughter that's in awe at her father speaking. Like she has this, I don't know if y'all peeped that. Like she don't look like a wife or a counterpart, you know what I mean? Or somebody of equivalency. It's like she kind of just, I peeped that. I don't know what that is, and I just noticed that. I don't know if nobody else
it's
did.
a very endearing.
Right, it's not negative, but the way she views him is telling of that. You know, she might almost look at him like, yo, he is my father in a sense. The one that I never had, maybe.
Right, the one who's supposed to be there for me, to protect me, to guide me, to like she looks like a small, like she looks like a little girl when he speaks. Yeah. Like she kind of, you know, like melts.
That damsel, presence. Man, she gets more of in the damsel or more in distress.
But I'm saying, I mean, all of this stems from something, and that's why you shouldn't be so quick to judge or jump, because you just never know someone's story.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like we've touched on in the beginning, people from different backgrounds, different cultures, you know, there are things that are very normal to them and it's just not normal to us, and hence why they're have been receiving the backlash, right? So look, you know, it's
it's to me it's terrifying, right? Because there are people right now who are single, right? And they will go to their graves because they are trying to uphold an image or live up to a certain idea, right? That is nothing close to what, you know, the desires of their heart is. And they will go to their grave trying to, like, you know what, I don't want to break this thing, and, you know, I got to look for someone that is in this particular tribe and this particular.
That's true.
And they're going to go to their grave. And meanwhile, they keep running into an archetype that matches exactly what they need.
Right.
You know, they're running into different compassionate people, just not the specific type they're told they got to go out. And that's why it's weird, you know. It's hard for me to judge when I understand that everybody's a unique individual, despite how similar we look on the outside.
Right.
Yeah.
Potentially erase racism and discrimination.
One person at a time. Right?
That's right.
No matter what the relationship is, whether it's 10 years, 20 years, or 30 years like us, and whether you're black, white, blue, purple, yellow, whether you're straight, trans, gay, whatever the thing may be, that you just have to work towards whatever makes you happy.
Putting yourself first, cutting out, you know, the negative comments and anything someone says that you can't do or you shouldn't do. As long as you're not hurting anybody and you're not hurting yourself, then I think you should just go for it and be happy.
All right, listen, that was it, y'all.
That was it.
We made it to this point of the video. We're going to give our final thoughts, so do stick around. But just as a reminder, like the video. Helps out a lot, and we definitely appreciate it. Subscribe, hit the bell, all notifications. You won't miss a video like this. And drop your comments below. Let us know so far what you thought about the show. There's a lot of different things discussed and said throughout, but we're going to talk about it right now when we give our final thoughts. All right, listen, I'm going to just start off with this because she did say something that, like, you know, kind of sizzled me a little bit. She was like, you know,
I know
listen, look, as long as you're not hurting anybody, and listen, we always say, at least, like, there is a standard, you know what I mean? You know, you can't just throw a blanket statement like that out there, because some devious individuals will hear it and they're going to run with it and do whatever they want with it. Because trust me, somewhere, somehow, there's possibly a 10-year-old who's trying to convince the world they're ready to marry a 20-year-old. Saying it's not hurting me, and you know what I mean. So I don't like those type of blanket statements. We do need some morality clauses and things like that. We need checks and balances. Outside of that though, are you convinced that this is a they are an authentic match?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't. Because I'll explain. I'll explain. She gave subtle... Did she even give subtle hints? Hold on, let me think about this for a second. Because, no, she actually didn't. Okay. It's just more of like, love is love, and no one's hurting anyone, like she just said. She was just posing the questions that people are throwing at them. Like, do you have a daddy? Da-da-da, go there. Right. And just the way... Oh, so you're saying she's too closed in. She didn't really reveal much. That's why I'm saying I don't know. I really don't know. But what I could gather, the little that I could gather, I don't see the dad. She hasn't she did not speak about her dad. Right, all. Nothing. Right. Just her mom.
Whether he's alive or dead, nothing.
And that's where I'm leaning more towards as far as her attraction to him.
Okay.
However, with him, heck, I don't know.
He hit the lottery.
To certain men, right? Yeah. Right? But
well, at least from his perspective. He's happy. Yeah,
I don't know his motive. I just don't know. That's one of those things where, only God knows.
So
you know what I mean?
It's not that they're giving off fraudulent energy. You're just saying it's not enough for you to be bought all the way in, pulled all the way in.
So if I was to shoot and someone say, okay, just overall, what do you think? What is your gut telling you? I would say she was looking more for a father figure, right? And I just don't know, because he didn't speak on anything. I don't know who his past relationships are. It could be some type of like trophy wife or something else, and particular look, right? So I don't know, and I just don't know.
Juju is not.
But I don't want to
letting them off the hook today.
I don't want to be judgmental. I'm just saying that's just a situation that I really can't put my finger on.
All right. Because I was like, you just ain't listen to the title, Love Don't Judge, but you, I got you.
I don't know.
Listen, as far as me, I can't really dispute anything you said. I just like the way you put it, because it saved me a lot of time. It saved them a few minutes too, because they know I'll be talking. So basically, I'm on the same page. Like nothing negative. It's just the scale didn't move in any direction.
It really didn't.
So it ain't lean on yay or nay.
The only thing is that I just hope on his end is nothing nefarious. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then as far as gold digger, I will say this. I don't think it's that.
Right.
I really, truly do not believe it's that.
Yeah, she don't look like she was coming from such a hard upbringing.
I don't think.
Like the sweater she wearing right there.
She loves the bohemian look.
That sweater look like she might pay her bills on time. If you want me to be for real, that sweater look like her credit score over 700. Yeah, that sweater look a little comfy. So you're right. It may not be a gold digger. Some people do just go. It could be
security. She's looking for security, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Women do that all the time. You ain't gotta be filthy rich.
Listen,
they just want stability.
That's it. That's what. Not security, but stability. Yeah. Versus gold digging, where it's just like, how much can I gut this person for? You know,
they'll marry the plumber that hit the lotto. They just want the bag. That's it. They're not trying to be with you long term anyway. But some women do want stability, and that does add security.
Right.
So if they're looking to marry you and they're genuine, you can't fault them for that. Why would they not want stability? Because they're looking at the potential, 10, 20, 50, how about forever? So I get that. Yeah. But listen, I'm still with you though. I feel like the scales didn't even move. So yay or nay, we like right there. But drop your thoughts, your final thoughts in the comments. You stuck around to the end of this video. Oh my goodness, you are definitely the real MVP. So the MVP word is gonna be Listen, there's gonna be love. Just love.
Just love. Okay.
LOVE. Love. Yeah. Yo, or drop a heart too. Yeah, if you know how to do the emoji, drop a heart. Either way, we definitely gonna know that you rock with us, and we appreciate that. But drop your comments below. Let us know what you thought about the show. Be back for more. We will have that for sure. Until then, your boy Gamma signing out with the lovely
Juju. Peace.